Hi, this is Patrick Hannafin. Thank you for joining my YouTube channel. If you get some value out of this, I'd appreciate it if you'd leave me a like and subscribe. And I'm going to talk about the economy and real estate and what's going on these days and ways that can help you. And today I thought I'd focus on real estate values. I'm walking around a very nice neighborhood in Huntington Beach, California. I got to tell you a story first. Yesterday I was walking down the street, just taking a walk, and there's like a little older section of town, and there's a 2-bedroom, probably 1-bath cottage. I mean, this house is built like in the 30s, never been remodeled, and had a decent paint job, and probably had about 10 different new roofs on it. And outside, the sprinklers on at the end of a hose. And I mean, it's got to be like a 59-cent sprinkler you buy at a little bit at Home Depot or something. No, not like a whole sprinkler system for the whole lawn. I mean, this is just a little nothing cottage, It's just one day will get torn down, but this one hadn't managed to. And I heard the neighbor talking to his other neighbor, and he's so proud. This little tiny house is on a lot that's, maybe 30, 35 feet wide and 2 bedrooms. And he's going, yeah, my place is worth about 1.2 million now. And I'm looking at the 59-cent lawn sprinkler. 1.2 million, this has just like gotten crazy. I mean, when I was a kid, boy, if you're a millionaire, that's like something special, right? And now a million wouldn't even buy you a little 2-bedroom cottage. This is like 2 miles from the beach. It's not a special location or anything. And he's probably right. It probably is worth 1.2 million. And a lot of people that are watching the videos, they're from out of state. And I thought, well, let me just show you what things are selling for in California here. I think we're about the highest real estate prices in the nation. And I picked a nice neighborhood. This is about 2 miles from the beach. Let me turn around here. It's just a nice, quiet street. It's trash day, so the trash cans are out. And these are just nice homes. Some of them are 4 bedrooms, and people have motor homes or nice vacation vans. They have nice cars. Some are a little plainer, and some are fancier. And this is kind of like what if you could have a nice home and you had 2 kids, nothing special, you're not on the ocean front or anything like that, but you just want to live in a real nice home and take care of your place and maybe do a little remodeling and fix it up, maybe have plantation shutters, and some of them have air conditioning, and they have new landscaping going in on this one. And it's just a nice place that feels like home, and you have a garden in the backyard, your dog, your 2 kids, and some of them you'll go crazy remodeling, but other ones will just be, you do a little bit, and there's just only a couple homes that haven't had some special touch in the neighborhood. These are like $2 million homes. $2 million. The guy with the 59-cent lawn sprinkler in a cottage that was built in the 30s is 1.2 million. I mean, it's just gotten crazy. It's crazy, and that's why, I bought and sold a lot of real estate. One year I bought and sold 13 houses, and I made money on every one. I'm a real advocate for real estate and buying and selling houses and making money, but I mean, it gets to a point where it gets crazy, and I worry about it. And I mean, there's some reasons why it's good to buy now, but there's more reasons why it's not good. The reasons that are good is because when there's a lot of inflation, if you put your money in something tangible, like coins maybe, art, this valuable art, antique cars, that stuff generally goes up in value, and your dollar goes down. But the problem is people are running out of money, and you got the forbearance is ending. A lot of people, there's millions of people that are having trouble making their house payment for a whole year or a year and a half, and now they've got to make it again. They're struggling, and the foreclosure rate has gone up 30% in the last month. I mean, all these homes are coming on the market, and if you're buying one home for yourself, that's a little different story. You're buying an interest rate, and you're getting maybe a good deal, and you can afford the payments, and you have some money tucked away in case you lose your job. I can see taking that risk because at least you're locking into a good interest rate. But if you're buying a house for a spec, or think you're going to buy it and sell it and flip it 6 months or a year or even 2 years and make money, I wouldn't be counting on that. I just really wouldn't. What else can I say? That, like even things that you kind of would think would be going up now aren't. And I know the market's kind of manipulated by the feds, and as long as they keep interest rates down, you know, I got to show you this house here. Is this the one? Yeah, this is such a cool house. Check this out. It's like an older home. I mean, they're just, you know, these homes were probably built 20, 25 years ago, but they've redone it to make it look like a craftsman house. I think that is so cool. And the neighborhood justifies remodeling houses in here. So if you buy one, you want to fix it up, you're not going to lose your money. I don't know if you're going to make a giant profit, but it's worth it. You probably will if you find the buyer that wants it. But I've been through this cycle a bunch of times, and you know, there's no houses for sale. You notice there's no for sale signs at all. But you know, one will pop up, and then there'll be another one. You know, and give it a year, they'll be all up and down the street. You'll see a lot of them. I know you will. I've been through it too many times, and all it takes is like the government to start raising the interest rates up, and people start dumping their houses, and it'll be hard to sell and be hard for people to get loans on them. It's just something you got to be really cautious of. You know, even the gold and silver, right? With all the inflation, you think that'd be going up? You know, I bought silver, a bunch of silver, especially about a year ago, at $29 an ounce. I'm embarrassed to say that. It dropped $1 an ounce today, $1 exactly. It's down to just under $23 an ounce now. You know, and I'm going, this is inflation right now. And I'm sure the banks are controlling that, and that's part of the whole process, but they can control everything. You know, they control the stock market, they buy the stocks, they make them go up, but the people that own most of the stocks aren't the average person. And you can't count on that. You know, you could buy into the stock market, and it could suddenly go down a lot, and you'd be really sorry. So I guess I'm saying with the real estate, there could be a crash coming. I feel it. I just don't think it's going to go on forever like this. I mean, what are you going to walk down a street pretty soon and see a little house like this that needs remodeling? You know, it's okay. It's 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It's kind of not one of the best houses in the neighborhood, which is the kind that usually you want to buy. You want to have the worst house in the best neighborhood. The one next to it's kind of common too. But you know, what are you going to see that, like 4.8 million? I mean, how much more can these houses go up? If they're 2 million now, are they going to double to like 4 million? I just don't think it's likely. And you can't rent them for that much more. You know, you buy a place for, you know, $600,000, a little 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom condominium. You know, you rent that, and you can rent it for, you know, let's say $2,500 a month. But then you buy a place for $1 million, it's going to be a lot harder to rent it for $5,000 a month. You buy it for $2 million, you're going to rent it for $20,000 a month. The math just doesn't work out. So a house like this you buy for your own self because you like it, you're pleased with it, but and you have to do something. You have to live. You have a nice place. You have a house payment you can afford. That's great. But as a spec, not anymore. I just think the market's going to go downhill, and I honestly think it's going to crash. And this is Huntington Beach. I remember in 2008, for about a year there, the market kept going down and down and down, and it eventually dropped 53% in value. So real estate does not always go up in value. And you got all the unemployment, you know. Right now, it doesn't look like they're going to increase the $300 extra people were all getting a week. And yet, even with them stopping that, people aren't even going out and getting jobs. People are just sick of this whole thing, and the jobs don't pay enough. I mean, what are you going to get a job at Target and make, you know, $12, $15 an hour tops, and then you go to buy a house? It's like, oh, that's $2 million. Well, how much just to rent it? That would be like say $5,000, $6,000 a month. I mean, I'm seeing places rent like this. They're like $6,500 a month. What does that work out to? Like $125 a day just to pay your rent? Or wait, let me do the math on that. $200 a day? I mean, it's crazy. You know, you work at Target, well, I can rent a house for 12 minutes.